clearing some space at his house, and he's firing up that diesel one more time.
Turn up that diesel. Let's go.
Here comes the big guy.
Big John.
Look out, Joe. Here comes the diesel. It's there. Here he comes. Look, 395. Riggins is wearing him down. That's right. He's starting to run.
If you're hit him, you better hang on because you're going to go for a ride.
Yeah, he's going to give you a little ride, is right.
Charlie next to three people at that.
Don Riggins says, "Be them team. He wanted it, he got it, and he deserved it."
The work is done. Everything's in order. Finally, after over 60 years, so is the football life of John Riggins.
Today is the best day of your life. Believe it. He might be the finest quarterback produced in the last 10 years. He's certainly right. That's all I need.
Fortunately for me, I didn't live my life. I didn't live my job. Football convinced me that life is a team game.
Rest of your life. Nobody can ever tell you that you couldn't do it.
I always daydreamed about being a mountain man. I wanted to always see the redwoods. I wanted to see the Rocky Mountains. I wanted to see the Painted Desert, the Petrified Forest, the Grand Canyon. That was like the land that I always wanted to go to and just go off into the wilderness and make my way.
The Riggins house was small, but Centralia, Kansas had plenty of open fields for the three boys: Frank, John, and Bill. Yet it just wasn't big enough for John.
And I grew up in Stylog 13. Everything is in barbed wire. Every 160 acres basically was surrounded by barbed wire, and inside that was more barbed wire to separate different fields. I think psychologically, I've always felt somewhat maybe imprisoned. And of course, my dad made a good warden, there's no question about that.
Frank Riggins Sr. had few opportunities as a child. The former Marine was determined that his boys would. He went by his middle name, Gene, and while he was the toughest on his middle son, John, all three feared him.
He didn't ever really share love with you. More than anything, it was never good enough. You know, you're never good enough at what you're doing in sports.
Frank Jr. was plenty good enough. He was Gene's favorite. Junior set the state record in the 100-yard dash, was the starting quarterback at Centralia High, and one of the best pitchers in Kansas.
I was, Ed McMahon to Frank's Johnny Carson. He was called Hawkeye, was one of his nicknames. The Old Pro. Me, I was Fatso. So there was discrepancy right there too. Fatty, Fatso, Tubby. I mean, my mom would say it with love, of course, but still, it's not a good self-image. When we were growing up, we'd always race, and Frank had beat me, but he'd only beat me by about a yard. He'd always beat me by a step, and I'm giving up 2 years to him. But the old man never factored that in. He didn't grade on the curve. You're still number 2, Fatso.
Me and him had our issues. I don't even really know what the issues were, but there were. So we just kind of went our separate ways. And that has changed, which I'm really tickled about.
While Junior walked in lockstep with his father, John danced to a different drum. He was more like his mother, Millie. He played the sousaphone.